Okay. Now, if you want to turn to the left, you gently pull to the... No, don't jerk
Oh,
it.
this horse is too sensitive.
You just have to relax.
I am relaxed. He's not.
You hear that, Hendrix? Relax, will ya? Whoa. See that boy? I almost trade you in for one of those.
What about me?
You are definitely trade in. Ow.
Yes, can I help you?
I said, shake, baby, shake. I said, shake.
Paul Elliott!
Marion, a handshake.
Mom!
Maggie, this is Paul Elliott, a friend of mine of a million years ago. This is Maggie, my youngest daughter. She looks better with her mouth shut.
Hello, Maggie. Pleased to meet you.
Hi.
Usually we can't shut her up. Why don't you make us a nice cup of tea, huh? Come on. So tell me everything. Are you married? Have you got any children? What are you doing? Has it really been 20 years?
Well, working, scientific research. No to the next two questions. I looked you up in the phone book. Luckily, there aren't too many Colberts in Australia. And yes, it really has been 20 years. 20 years too long.
Oh, I want to know everything. Sit down. Tell me, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm with RGM Research. It's an American company. I've been working in the States for most of the last 10 years, and now they've sent me here to set up the Australian arm.
Oh, that's fantastic. I always knew you'd do well.
And then I heard you were living here now. What made you leave France?
Divorce.
Yeah, well, I know I should say I'm sorry, but I can't lie to you. I always thought you chose the wrong man.
The wrong man? How many men were there?
I wasn't always your mother, you know.
Whose car?
Oh, this is Veronique, my other daughter.
Nikki.
Hi, Nikki.
Hi.
This is Paul. He was an exchange student at the Sorbonne when I was doing my degree. We studied biology together.
Oh, is that what we did?
We did study a little in between all that dancing until all hours of the night.
And smoking endless cigarettes we couldn't afford.
It's a wonder we ever managed to pass.
Yeah, well, you didn't just pass, you topped the class. You were always better at everything than I was.
Except dancing.
Oh, I was always the better dancer. Come on, shake, baby, shake. Woo! Shake,
Shake,
baby, shake. Baby, shake.
Shake, baby.
Shake.
I won't be late. Don't stay up. Hey, and don't go out, okay?
I caught them hugging. It was so romantic. They're about to open the coffin. I can't walk.
Well, turn it off. I'm going for a walk.
I'm scared. I'll come with you.
No way.
Please.
No. We don't want you hanging around.
You're meeting Mike.
Genius.
Let me come and I won't tell Mum.
Do you know what that is, Maggie? It's called blackmail.
I'll get my jacket.
No way. You'll sit right here and you won't budge from this seat unless it's to go to bed. And you won't tell Mum either. And do you know why?
No. Why?
Because you love me.
I do.
Never imagined she'd have a boyfriend or fool around. Before Dad, of course. You should have seen them together. She was so silly. I've never seen her fool around like that before.
So what's the problem? She wasn't always your mother, you know?
Did I say she was? Did I once say she was?
Nikki, can we please forget about them? They're out having fun. Maybe you should be having fun too.
They're back. If Mum finds out I've been out, I'm dead.
Still awake?
How'd it go?
I
had a wonderful time. We laughed so much. Paul is really something special.
You really like him, don't you?
I'd forgotten just how much. Nikki sounds like she's just run a mile.
She's probably dreaming that she's just run a mile. So will you be seeing him again?
Oh, yes, we're all going to be seeing a lot more of Paul.
What? Who? Where? How? Oh, Mum, it's you. How was it?
Oh, it was like being 18 again. Now that you're both awake, I can't wait until the morning to tell you my fantastic news.
Did he propose to you?
Sort of, in a professional sense. How would you feel if we moved to Sydney? Well,
Fantastic! I'd love to live in the city.
Why, Mum? Why would we want to move to Sydney? Why?
because Paul has offered me a new fantastic job. More responsibility, more money, more freedom to research the most exciting new areas of science. It's a chance of a lifetime.
Sydney. Beaches, people, cinemas, and the best of all, the school of my dreams, the National Institute of Dramatic Art.
Nida, don't you think you're aiming a little high?
Well, it's a lot lower than Mars.
Mum, we can't move to Sydney. My life's here. Your life's here and Maggie's life's here too, only she's too stupid to know
Hey,
it.
wait a minute.
We love the fresh air here. We need the wide open spaces. And we're in touch with the forefront of space exploration and the highest achievements of astrophysics to which I want to dedicate my life.
This is about Mike, isn't it?
Yes. No. What makes you say that?
Well, the fact you're still wearing the same clothes you wore to meet him tonight would be the most obvious clue. Nikki, I left you in charge of your sister.
Fine. But I'm not going to Sydney. No way, no how. You can't make me.
We'll talk about this in the morning. Good night. You could choose any school in Sydney, one that specialized in science. Even one of the top grammar schools. Now, I could never afford that where I am now. Plus, there's so much more we could do in Sydney, like go to the beach and...
Go to the theatre, live the high life.
How do you feel about death, Maggie?
Not good.
Nikki, we have to talk this through and make a decision as a family.
Well, that's really fair. You two against me. You've already made up your minds.
Hi, Mrs. Colbert. Hi, Nick. Trust the date went well.
Fine, thank you, Mike. And yours with Nikki?
Did you try reasoning with her? She's way beyond reason. It's this guy, Paul. She really likes him. I mean, likes. What's to like? He's only handsome, smart, and drives a BMW. You can't argue with that.
He holds all the aces. I can't even fight it. I'm doomed to moving to Sydney.
Not necessarily. Haven't you ever used the nightmare technique?
The nightmare technique.
I mean, when my parents want me to do something I can't stand, I start getting these terrible nightmares about it. It really freaks them out. For example, Mum! Mum, help! All the black keys are chasing me and the white keys are stabbing me to death!
And that actually works.
Do you see me playing the piano?
You actually saw Hendrix play live in Paris.
You're kidding. Oh, it must have been unreal.
It was a surprise for my birthday.
You never told me you saw Hendrix play live.
Seems there's a lot she hasn't told us.
I'll bet you'll miss the early morning flights out beyond the black stump, curing foot rot and fly-blown sheep.
I will miss the flying.
Well, you'll be able to fly for pleasure, not for work. And you'll be in charge of your own research team.
So, you've sold out to commercial-based research and now you're trying to buy Mum.
No one is buying anyone. I've been offered a job.
I don't think it matters what drives research, so long as it benefits mankind.
Well, I have to disagree with you there, Paul. Science in the wrong hands for the wrong reasons is the deadliest weapon of all.
Well, the Germans in the Second World War gave us rocket technology. Without that, we'd never have landed on the moon. We have the U.S. military in the Cold War to thank for microchip technology. None of us would have a computer without that.
True, but research for evil motives, well, It's a different thing.
Of course, of course. I'm just saying that things are not always as simple as black and white.
So what's Mum going to be working on?
Well, her first project will be gene shears technology. The aim is to inject growth genes into crops to produce more food at lower cost.
But whoever buys the research can do what they want with it, can't they?
Yeah, of course they can. But that's true of most scientific research. It can be used for good or for evil. There are never any guarantees.
Who's funding this research, Paul?
An amalgamation of governments and semi-governmental organizations around the world, including the World Health Organization.
Ah, must be time for bed.
I couldn't agree more.
Help! Save me! Somebody, quick! We're all gonna die! No! Help! Save me! We're all gonna die! Somebody! Help!
Not you, idiot. Go away.
Mom! Help! Quick! Somebody!
What's the matter?
Mom, is it really you?
Yes, of course, sweetie. What's wrong?
It was awful. I dreamt we were flying to Sydney and the plane crashed. It exploded into flames and your hair was burning and Maggie's skin was melting and you could see all her bones.
Oh,
that was
stop,
sticking
stop,
out.
stop!
Well, Nick, how long are you going to keep this up? Maggie, go back to bed.
We can't take that job, Mum. We're all gonna die.
Now, we all know that you don't want to go to Sydney, and we can discuss this. But it's no good you being rude and devious. It's going to get you nowhere.
What's the point of discussing it? You and that nerd over there both want to go. What hope have I got? You don't even want to go for the job. You want to go for this guy. You like him, so why don't you just come out and say it?
Of course I like Paul, but I wouldn't be considering going to Sydney just for that. This is a great career move. It's an exciting change for me.
You. What about me? I love it here. This is the best place for me to learn for a career in science.
It isn't the best place for my career.
You shut up.
Now, maybe you should, Nikki. It seems that while you want me to consider your feelings in all of this, you're not interested in considering mine at all.
Not true. I just don't think it's fair that this guy comes along and takes you out to dinner and ruins my life.
Are you saying that I shouldn't be having a relationship?
I'm saying that you shouldn't put an old boyfriend before your own daughter's happiness.
I'm not. I'm just thinking about my own happiness, too.
You've had your time with guys. You can't make me leave Mike just because you want to start again. That's not fair. This is my time.
Don't want you to go, Nick. Go crazy around here without you and Maggie.
Don't bother missing Maggie. She's already packing her bags. I've just got to dig up some dirt on Paul's company.
Might find some potatoes.
Dear users, hackers and gurus, if anyone out there is working for RGM Research now or has worked for them in the past and has any information on their projects or clients...
You know, it says here they make transgenic potatoes.
Since when do you read Double Helix?
Since they told me genetic engineering means better potato chips. You see, they say here if they take the gene out of a virus that attacks the potatoes, then put it back into the potato, somehow it stops it getting infected.
Whose side are you on anyway?
Yours. And the potatoes.
Any information on their projects or clients, I would like to hear back from you ASAP. Yours truly, Suspicious Minds.
Suspicious Minds?
Phase 1 completed, Mr. Potato Head. Phase 2, your dad.
I think I'll pass.
Do you want Mum to leave?
I don't want any of you to leave. But that doesn't mean that Paul's research company is bad. It's just I haven't heard of it before, that's all.
Well, what do you make of all these?
Look, gene splicing on its own is an important area of research. You know, it was combined with disease-causing viruses in Africa. Well,
I'm right, aren't I? It means the gene splicing here could be combined with the virus research there to create new viruses.
Well, it's possible, but they could be using this research to cure those viruses. I'm no expert on biology, but there's one area of research they need to explore if their intention was to create viruses.
What are you doing?
I'm looking to see what RGM Research is doing in the United States.
DNA mapping.
These 3 different projects, gene sharing in Australia, viral research in Africa, and DNA mapping, they could be combined to create new strains of virus.
Selective strains of virus that could only attack people of a certain race or people with red hair or black skin. Mum's research is going to be used as a weapon.
No. You mustn't jump to conclusions, Nikki. That's bad science. But, all these pieces of the jigsaw research make a worrying picture.
You've got to tell her before she signs those contracts.
Me?
Well, she won't listen to me anymore. She'd think I was making it up because I don't want to go to Sydney. She respects you. She'll listen to you. You've got to tell her.
How dare you? I happen to trust Paul, and I've certainly known him a lot longer than I've known you. And yes, you're right, this is none of your business.
Maybe. But I still think you should investigate this further, that's all. I've seen this happen in the 80s with the Star Wars technology. Each project by itself seemed harmless enough, but when you put them all together, a pattern emerges. I had friends who thought they were working on a communication satellite, when in reality they were helping the US military.
And you think I would be naive enough to do the same?
Well, you might be if you don't know all the facts.
Paul, is there something you're not telling me about RGM Research?
Marie, you know as much as I do, but I don't want to put any more pressure on you. I'll come back later. Excuse me.
Mum, please, you have to look at this stuff.
Do you two really think that I don't know what's going on? Now, I don't know how you relate to your son, Tony, but I will not let Nikki dictate to me. This has nothing to do with whom I'm working for. This is between my daughter and me, and I would appreciate it if you would stay out of it.
I was only trying to help.
Well, don't.
I think you should look at these.
Mum, please, you can't take
Nikki,
this.
I'm way past listening to you.
Don't cry, Nick. We'll run away together. Just you, me, and Hendrix.
Run where? Live on what?
Okay, dumb idea. Well, I'll come up to Sydney and visit you every weekend. I don't care what Dad says.
But I want to be here. Your dad is the most brilliant man in science. The Vespucci mission is the most exciting science project in the world. I want to be here with your dad when the human race finally gets to Pluto.
Oh.
I'm so sorry about this scene. You must think we are all mad.
Look, I understand, Tony. If I was him, I'd try even harder to keep you here.
Paul, I've been reading about RGM projects around the world.
Look, why worry about what they're doing on other continents?
I was top of our biology class, but you went far behind. You can see how we could be working on creating viruses.
Yeah, or researching cures for the diseases caused by those viruses.
Okay, but what if all 3 projects were bought out by someone with military aims? That would have a lethal, unfightable weapon that could wipe out a race.
What do you want me to say?
Well, if you could tell me that RGM Research would not sell to military clients, I would believe you.
I'd like nothing more than to promise you that, Marie. But I can't.
So it's possible.
Well, anything's possible. All I can tell you for sure is that I love you. And I want you with me.
You've changed, Paul.
No, I haven't. I've learned to compromise. Isn't that what life's all about?
No, I'm a mother now. I've changed. Nikki and Maggie have their whole life in front of them. If I compromise their future.
And ours? But we can be happy, all of us. We could have made it work, Marie.
She broke his heart.